Hello and welcome to the Go No Go Show. I am your host Adam, along with my co-host, friend, and fellow movie buff, Niz. How are you doing today, Niz?
Good, man.
You doing good?
Yeah.
You know, I actually want to say something really quick. We're movie buffs. People know that. I think we've been a presence on social media and whatnot for a while now, where people know this stuff. I just really want to plead with people: stop tagging me in Star Wars stuff, please. The clips, the international trailers, this and that. Maz is one of them. I'm sorry, I have to shout you out, Maz. I love you to death. But I just got tagged in one of those international trailers, and people are like, oh, awesome, this and that. I don't want to see anymore. You know how we usually talk about this stuff,
I don't even watch
right?
trailers, so they don't tag me. They know better. Don't tag me on a trailer.
I get these comments.
I will watch it.
People are like, oh, I read in this forum, these people said this about the plot. I'm like, it's like, I got a month left. Like, just please, give me this month. Give me this month of complete curiosity, because I just want to go in fresh. So yeah, that's just my one plea to anyone who's watching.
Maz, keep tagging me on your mixes.
Yeah. That too.
I like them. I love the mixes.
The mix cloud.
DJ Maz, he does these mixes and he puts them online. Keep me tagged on those.
Yeah, he tags me. I have to admit, I told him that he actually got me back into the gym, because the things that some of them are so upbeat. I'm just like, all right, let me go work out.
I got to do something. I either got to dance or I got to lift some weights.
Yeah, agreed.
All right.
But movie show. Yeah, this is a movie show, right? We're going to go through some movies today. We got 3 movies for you, 3 of the new box office releases. We're going to start off with Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse. We're going to go right into Our Brand is Crisis, and we're going to end off with Bradley Cooper's new chef film, Burnt.
I'm glad you remember all the stuff, because I totally forgot. I mean, I saw him, but he was like, what are we going to do?
I was like, what order do you want to go in today? And he was like, what did we see?
If I see him too early, it messes me up completely.
It's all good.
Let's do some social media first.
Yes. Okay, so let's start off with our Instagram page. Yeah, remember, see at GoNoGo movie reviews right down there. It's our Instagram page. Remember to hashtag GoNoGo and anything you do and anything you say. If you want to tag your friends into it, this and that, just hashtag GoNoGo for us. We want to get that popping. We have our Twitter page at GoNoGo Show. You could find all the reviews there, retweet, this and that, tag the celebrities if you want, this and that, whatever you want to do. We got our Facebook page, Go No Go Show, of course. There's Go, then No Go, and then Show on our Facebook page. And then we got our YouTube page. 2 words in the YouTube page. Go No Go is 1 word, and Show. And you can find all of these wonderful episodes on there.
Yes, you can. You can. And don't forget, on any social media, hashtag Go No Go. You'll find our stuff in there. All of our, whether it's the reviews written or our reviews with the show, hashtag Go No Go. You got, boom, there it is. It slides in. He slides it in there.
You got
hashtag
everything.
GoNoGo.
Everything you possibly want.
On your laptop or desktop, you can also check us out on WPCommunityMedia.org.
Yes, you got it.
Have we been off for like a week? There it is right there. WPCommunityMedia.org on your laptop or desktop. All of our shows are up on there. If you're in the White Plains area, you can check us on Verizon 45, Cablevision 76. We're on Thursday nights at 7, Friday night at 10, and Saturday again at 2 p.m.
See, when you were telling me before, you're like, I'm glad you remember this stuff, because I'm like, what movies do we see? This is the stuff I don't remember. So I'm glad you remember this stuff.
You know what? I hurt myself playing football, man, and it's just, I don't know. My brain is
too old.
Yeah, I'm getting old. Getting old is not for the weak of heart.
Yeah.
Let's get into this.
Let's get into this. All right, the first movie is The Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse.
There comes a time in every teenage boy's life
Tonight's the secret party. This could be the night of our lives.
when he begins testing his limits,
Catch! I said catch.
exploring his freedoms,
Extra large. Really?
and the most difficult of all,
Whoa.
talking to girls.
Costume party?
No.
I'm a scout.
Like an actual scout?
Yeah.
For these best friends, tonight,
Dude, the bouncer's gone. Should sneak in.
they get their first taste.
Sweet Jesus. Don't worry, Mommy. Daddy's here. Oh, my God.
Look at her chest. Something's wrong with her.
Let's make up. It's a jungle theme. Oh, my God. Are you a stripper?
Cocktail waitress.
What the hell's happening?
Some kind of viral outbreak. It's not Lita Rogers. I know, it's bad.
Carter, stop agitating them. What, any new profile pic?
You want to survive out here? You have to man up.
Whew, it smells like pixie sticks and hope in here.
You've never been in a girl's room before, have you?
Yeah,
Mom doesn't count.
well,
Any female relative doesn't count.
it's a zombie apocalypse. Come on, we're scouts. We're trained for this.
You made a bomb? What are you, the Taliban? Let's kick some zombie ass.
We're fine! Everything's under control!
It's gonna be a long night.
Go!
Oh my God.
Carter, let's go! I touched them. I don't think they were real.
Hey now!
Hey, there you go.
Wow, Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse.
Yeah. What could you possibly say about this movie?
Listen, this movie was so unrealistic, man. Like, the zombies are not that self-aware. They do not move that quickly. And these guys would have been dead. I'm sorry. Like, there's just too many situations that they got into, and I'm just like, if they were regular zombies, you make it out.
Yeah.
But, you know, like the one, you saw it in the trailer, the zombie jumped through, and he was in between two people. Somehow they made it out of there.
Yeah.
Sorry, spoiler alert.
You know, what's really funny is that how we say, like, it's just so unrealistic because we're so embedded in the zombie culture that we have certain rules you need to abide by. You know what I mean? If you want to be charming like Warm Bodies and try to make it like, well, maybe they're starting to break out of it and maybe like the virus has run its course and maybe there's help for whatever, then they can start being a little bit self-aware. But in this movie, they just did it for the sake of comedy. The stripper was dead. You saw in the trailer. The stripper's dead and she's doing a pole dance for them and stuff. So then and there, you know this movie is completely ridiculous.
I'm giving away everything. And then she does like the upside down thing and she spurts the blood all on the kid. And the blood
you can
goes
see that in the Red Band trailer.
Like he would,
Oh yeah, that kid was getting it in the mouth.
Like
whole movie.
When he turned, I guess
the movie was ridiculous.
This
seems like the kind of movie that would be like awesome if you and your friends were in your backyard and you were like, let's make this like you have like $50 to your name, so let's make a zombie movie that just kind of spoofs all zombie movies. This is more of a spoof movie than anything. You know, like it wasn't scary at any points. Which even if you want to be like a zombie comedy like Shaun of the Dead, there were some truly like like kind of like cringing, scary parts in Shaun of the Dead, even though it was as funny as it was. But this one was just a complete spoof movie.
They made the zombies like so relatable, you know? Like it was just like, don't kill him, no. You know, like, but I don't know. That being said, though, I give it a go. I think it was fun. I think there was definitely some cheesy parts in there and just I
liked it a lot more than I thought I would. When I first saw the trailers for this, I was like, I'm gonna hate this. I'm gonna hate the kids. I'm gonna hate all of them. But I really enjoyed them. I enjoyed the guys that were in it. They had a great chemistry.
Yeah,
the guy to the right, Augie. I think his name was Augie in the movie.
Augie.
He's hilarious.
Augie with one G.
Yeah,
I thought Augie was two G's, but I don't know.
He was adorable.
Yeah, they had great chemistry, and that's what made it good. These three guys made it good.
Definitely helped. Yeah.
They
were kind of the anti-heroes. You know, like they weren't. I thought they were gonna be like too cocky because that's how they showed them in the movie. But like in the trailers, but in the movie you kind of rooting for them. So I enjoyed it.
Definitely.
You know what's funny? In the page though, I gave it a no-go. I gave it a no-go because I felt that this is the kind of movie that I enjoy. You know what I mean? Like that we enjoy or whatever. But I thought that like the masses would be like no, they would not accept it.
I think it'll be fun because it's not necessarily paint by numbers,
right.
But
because it's all over the place. If it was paint by numbers, it would be a Tarantino numbers because none of it would be in
it was kind of crazy, but at the end it was fun and like I enjoyed myself. Like I think you'll enjoy this movie. Like and again I really don't watch trailers that much, so I don't go in and I don't read the reviews. I don't go in with a huge expectation. I don't go in with like a huge expectation.
Which is the best way to watch movies.
And so I was surprised. I was pleasantly surprised. I guess I don't know. I thought it was fun, and it's a good like date movie.
Yeah, I agree. Just be warned.
Can't take the kids.
No, definitely not. Yeah, I was gonna say, no, just be warned. It's very vulgar. It's kind of like an American Pie zombie type of movie. It's like a very young teenage boys. Teens are like 14, 15 years old. So obviously sex is on the brain.
Yeah, they're 16 and up because they were driving.
So it's like a raunch. It's an R-rated raunch comedy. It definitely deserves.
As you can see at the end of the trailer there.
Exactly. So if you don't mind just checking your brain at the door and just enjoying something like this, then fine, great, go.
Yeah,
I enjoyed
give it a go. I thought it was fun.
Yeah.
All right, what's next?
Moving on to a little bit heavier fare. It's Sandra Bullock's new film, Our Brand is Crisis.
She is the brightest and most innovative.
The best campaign strategist in the game.
Responsible for the greatest political upset in history.
You're a fighter, Jane. I'm giving you another shot at the title.
It's a presidential campaign in South America. Fragile democracy, economy in real trouble. Our candidate is considered arrogant and out of touch with people's lives.
How far are you behind?
28 points.
The opposition has hired their own American, Pat Candy.
Jane Bodine.
Pat?
So what are you doing here? I thought you retired or gave up or something.
What happened to your hair?
So you still got a great sense of humor.
How many times have you gone against Candy?
3 or 4 times.
How many times has he beat you?
3 or 4 times. If you want to win, we're going to have to take risks. You're my tracker. Every event that Rivera attends, every speech, you tape it. If security beats you up, you are doing your job right. Get that beating on tape. Wake up. This is war. There's only one wrong in this. Only one, and that is losing.
Maybe check and see if anyone understood that.
Levanten la mano si hablan inglés.
Gracias. If you should feel something during the interview, like if you have some tears, could you just turn towards the camera?
Whoa, look at him.
This is it.
Yes.
5 points. Tax the rich, feed the poor, tell their
Not lose to Candy now, I swear to God.
This actually kind of matters, Jane. This country could go under. We're talking about people's lives.
You like to pretend you're not one of us. If you fight with monsters for too long, you become a monster.
no pollution, no solution.
Eddie, is this your neighborhood? Is this where you live?
People will get hurt. What are you gonna do?
We are trying to save people's lives. These are the stakes. And I'm not going to stand by and watch as this nation falls apart. This is no longer an election. This is a crisis.
We're going to shoot the commercial, por favor.
Llamas. This animal would lead us to prosperity.
Oh.
No, Marcos!
It's like he killed himself rather than be in one of our commercials.
You want to start?
No, I don't want to start. I don't want to review this movie. You can start. I got angry. This movie made me angry. I'll start with that. This movie made me angry. And not for the right reasons. It just made me angry. You say what you need to say.
This is politics, ladies and gentlemen. And this is in a country where they really need leaders to do what they need to do and establish rules and laws and regulations for the people. And America brought politics to Bolivia. It's a tough watch. It's a tough watch to kind of see, and we already know kind of some of the things that go on behind the scenes and who's pulling the strings. You know, it's the people vote, the politicians win, and big money pulls the strings, and it's tough to. It's a tough watch. It was a tough watch.
Yeah. But all right, this had all the workings of like a great movie. Basically, I was looking very much forward to this movie. I like when they try to bring world issues to the forefront and stuff like that, because if you have a platform like this, why not do it? So once George Clooney's name was involved, I was like, all right, so it's definitely politics. They definitely have their agenda and stuff like that. And Sandra Bullock's at the top of her game right now, and I love her. But this movie was pandering to me, and I was very angry about it. I couldn't describe it. Like, it took me a minute to put it into words or whatever, but when I was sitting there, I was just like, I was not entertained, because they definitely promote this as a political satire, like political comedy, and there was nothing funny about it. I did not laugh at all. Even the jokes, I knew they were obviously clearly jokes. They did not land. It was a very dreary movie, dark, just gritty type of movie where and Bullock's performance, she was always just like, always felt like, I understand it was like an acting choice for the character, but I just didn't like anything about this, about the atmosphere of this movie, the tone. And when it started to in the trailer, see the trailer, they manipulated the trailer the same way politicians manipulate their campaigns. When she was like in the trailer, when she was like it's like, this is no longer a blah, blah, this is a crisis. That kind of gives you the idea that in the movie she's starting to feel now. That's not what happened. She was saying it, see it like she's giving this big important thing. This is a crisis, blah, blah, blah. She's talking about her candidate's strategy there. She's not talking about, she still doesn't
not
give
talking
a damn.
about Bolivia.
She's not talking about Bolivia or what they need and stuff like that. She's talking about the strategy because she, bing, had the light bulb. This is how we're going to win. We're gonna play dirty. We got to go negative. This and that. This is what we have to do to win, regardless of the outcome, regardless of what happens to these people. There's millions of millions of lives at stake or whatever. It doesn't matter. We need to win. Who cares who goes into office? And it's all too familiar to me because this is a situation that we've been in for years.
That said, the movie is called Our Brand.
Right.
Is Crisis.
Right. But the thing that pissed me off too is that it's being made by a bunch of Hollywood elitists and stuff like that. And
but it tells you in the name.
Yeah.
Our brand.
Right.
Our brand is crisis.
I get
and it's
that.
about politics.
Yeah.
So you were surprised that the trailer was manipulated you and was different from what the movie was,
that's
even
not
though
what their
it said.
intention was. They weren't. It wasn't because it wasn't to help. It was.
But they gave it to you though. Our brand is crisis. It didn't say our goal is crisis. Our solution. Our solution.
Well, they did not put that kind of thought into it because the documentary from which is by the same name is what it comes from. They're just reusing the name. Our brand is crisis was from the documentary, which I recommend watching the documentary if you don't want to hear rich elitist people who will never know what it feels like to be like people like us. Those kind of people telling you how you should live your lives and do what you do. If you don't want to hear it from them, hear it from the horse's mouth because you can actually see it play out in real life. It's just that's the kind of thing that pisses me off. You got these people who are hanging out on their yachts and stuff like that, and we're using our hard-earned money to make them even more rich, and they're shoving their political views down our throats and stuff and spoon-feeding it to us like we're 5 years old and can't think for ourselves. It's like, this is what you need to do. This is how you need to react. This is how you need to vote and stuff like that. It's like, don't tell me what to do, okay? Like, I know what I want to do. I came here to be entertained and hopefully feel something, and I felt nothing. So that's what got me angry. I felt absolutely nothing in this movie. I actually felt mad at these people.
I didn't see the trailer, so I couldn't. I probably did see it at some point, but our brand is crisis to me. Yeah. What's a brand? Why does a brand have anything to do with politics? You know what I'm saying? So when I see our brand is crisis, for me, I was like, crisis is. That's the path that they're going to take to try to win this election. Yeah, to sell the election, because that's what you do with your brand. You sell a brand. Right. You sell an idea.
Crisis, you get people all scared and you get them like fearing for their lives and stuff like that, and then they're going to turn to a leader, like any leader that shows strength and stuff like that. That's really, it's just so wrong. That's another thing that pisses me off too, is because it's happening. It's happening. We've fallen for it many times. They scare the hell out of us, and we vote for the wrong person, the people or whatever, and it's just. It's infuriating. It's just this movie was not the way to showcase it. Yes, it's good to bring that into the spotlight because people need to wake up and stuff like that. But this movie's not the one to do it because I didn't.
What do you give it?
I give it a no-go.
No-go.
In case you didn't.
If you want to see kind of the behind the scenes, if you don't know what politics are all about, and yeah, maybe this is like the walk type deal. Like I didn't know there was a documentary, so I didn't see the documentary. I liked the walk documentary better because it was really what happened, and then the walk was kind of the Hollywoodified version of it.
Exact same situation.
So. Exactly. But I didn't see the documentary, so I'm going to say if you want to see kind of how politics works and the strategies and the questions, the manipulations.
The surprise, the rich stay rich, the poor stay poor, the world keeps on spinning.
That these strategists go through, I would say check it out. Or maybe check out the documentary. But I'm going to say... it's a tough watch. It might make you angry. Right. So you did feel something. But I'm going to give it a go. And say check it out.
Right.
It's definitely worth the watch.
All right. Agree to disagree. That's the beauty of politics.
Bradley Cooper.
Yes, Bradley Cooper. Let's bring it back to a more positive light. Bradley Cooper. Let's check out the trailer. Burnt.
Adam Jones. One hoped you were dead.
Mr. Jones, your credit card has been denied.
Oh. If you try to start a new restaurant, there are at least a dozen people who will try to have you killed.
I had a long time to think about what you did to me. It's okay. We were like brothers.
3 years without a word. What do you want? I want to make my kitchen the best in the world.
Service!
Yes, chef! I found a cook. He doesn't know how good she is. I need you to come with me.
Arrogant prick.
Well, he's a chef.
Resume's great. This lamb's fantastic. Would you work for me?
Yeah.
Would you work for me for nothing?
Yeah, absolutely.
Give us a spare bedroom?
You sure he's famous?
He's a 2-star Michelin chef. To get even 1 Michelin star, you have to be like Luke Skywalker.
You have a nice dress? I gotta go to this party, and you're the only girl that I know, so...
If you manage to get 3, you're Yoda.
Pretend you're my girlfriend.
If I was your girlfriend, you'd probably hold my arm.
No, if you were my girlfriend, we would have gotten in an argument in the taxi. We wouldn't even be talking.
What if he's Darth Vader?
I want to make amends for Paris.
Sold my soul to the calling. What happened in Paris?
I tried to control everything. Cooking is an expression of who we are. We should be dealing in culinary orgasms.
Remind me never, ever to discuss food with you in public.
I don't know if I can do it.
You can't do it alone.
Your hope the best. The rest of us need you to lead us to places we otherwise wouldn't go.
It's my daughter Lily's birthday.
I want a cake.
No cake.
You're a chef. You can make cakes, right?
You're the ogre, the one who shouts.
Yes, but I bake great cakes.
Good?
I've had better.
Really?
This is another one that I actually got very angry. Not with. I wasn't very angry with the movie. I was very angry about what's happening to the movie.
What's happening to the movie?
They're trashing it. They're trashing it. Critics are trashing it. It got like, on Rotten Tomatoes, it's no more than 29% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Let me tell you why they're trashing it.
Why are they trashing it?
Because we have these rich, elite chef people in their rich, elite world, in their little portions with their presentation on their plates, and we're supposed to feel sorry for this dude. I don't feel sorry for this guy. They thought, look at him, and you know what? And they're trying to make him look like Chef Ramsay.
Oh, really?
You know, yeah. I mean, that's Chef Ramsay's. That's his pose. That's his look.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Right,
and
yeah,
it's just, but I don't feel sorry for this guy. Like he partied in his 20s. There was a line in here I actually liked. They were like, doomed in your youth is okay and like or funny or whatever, but doomed middle age is just it's not a good look.
Yeah.
And
yeah, that's true.
You know, watching this, I'm just I've never. I was trying to remember when I was that passionate about something, and that's the only thing I took out of this is that these guys, these sous chefs and all the people like they didn't show it. They didn't show it in the trailer, but they got like torn up in the kitchen. Like he blasted them. He's throwing stuff around, throwing tantrums and stuff like that. And this is a guy with a second chance. They thought he was dead. You know, there's people looking to kill him, blah, 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 whatever they said in the trailer. And he gets a second chance to be a 2-star chef, going for his 3rd star, which is God and this and that and the other thing, which I don't understand because I'm not in that world. Yeah. But he's getting a second chance and he's throwing tantrums in the kitchen.
But it's also kind of like.
But it made me remember back to when I was that passionate about something and I would take a beating like a verbal abuse like that is when I played sports because I loved it. And it kind of made me think maybe I should die hard about that, about something again like that. But I don't know. Yeah. It was uncomfortable at times, and I can't feel sorry for the dude.
No, I understand that. I do. I didn't feel sorry for him either. But one thing I did like about the movie is that they didn't focus on his fall and then his climb back to redemption. It started right at his quest for redemption. So we don't need to see all that, like the big star fall from grace and stuff like that. So it's kind of like we're joining this guy on the road, and so like he is more likable because we obviously haven't seen him. We hear about what he did, so that kind of helped me kind of root for him towards the end, like when he's doing what he's doing. But he wasn't. He was very much aware of who he was and how many people here and stuff like that. So I didn't hate him too much. You know, I did enjoy his character. And the whole like tantrum throwing thing is like when you're working for what they proclaim to be a genius in this movie, let's just put ourselves in the realm of the movie, he's supposed to be this culinary genius. So it's kind of like working for Steve Jobs. It's like he's the Steve Jobs of the kitchen world, I guess. So it's like if people are taking a verbal lashing from him, they'll be like, well, you know what? If I could just be here. Because, all right, I saw this movie with a chef. And she was very happy about they showcase the world. I mean, obviously not at that level. Like, no, it's very rare to see that level, that elitist level, or whatever. But the whole like inner workings of the kitchen and stuff like that, and the shelf life of those like not necessarily sous chefs, but the people that work under them at different stations of the kitchen. Like your shelf life is usually 2 years in the kitchen. You go 2 years and you learn what you can learn, and you move on to another kitchen and this and that. So in order to work with this guy, like they're probably thinking like, wow, I should not be working for this guy. He's an abusive, crazy man. But it's like, you know what? Let me just get the experience. I'll have his name on my resume. I'll do it. I'll stick it out for as long as I can, a year or 2 years maybe or whatever, and then I'll be on my way. Maybe I could open up my own kitchen because if he's this much of a genius, he could probably teach me a lot. So it's like I did like that kind of attention to detail. But one thing I don't like is these critics trashing this kind of movie because I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun to watch. It was interesting. Yes, it takes place in this big bubble of like a world of like the elite that I'll never see or whatever. But the movie does exist. I mean, that kind of world does exist. So to get a little glimpse into other people's lives, whether they're rich or whether they're poor or whatever, it's still like interesting to see stuff like that. It throws some surprises at you. Bradley Cooper's performance was great. I think he's an amazing actor. I think he brought his A game, and I think that what's it called? They are focusing way too much on what he is now. he's like this icon now of acting, and you know what? This was a passion project of his, and he says that. He's like, he says that this is one of his passion projects. He wanted to get this out there, and you don't have to expect Bradley Cooper. When you see Bradley Cooper's name above it, right here, when you see that name, don't expect every one of them to be the caliber of American Sniper. You know what I mean? If he wants to do like these little movies, these that probably cost nothing to make, and like I just don't understand. He shouldn't get ripped apart for it, because I thought it was a good movie, and everyone I know that saw it liked it. You know what I mean? So it's like, why does every critic hate it, but every people, all the people I talk to, they're like, oh, it was really good. I don't know what they were talking about.
I think, I didn't read any of the reviews, but I just think it was just, I think it was above some people's head. I've worked in fine dining restaurants, you know, linen service, and, you know, we might not have pulled a ruler out to measure the forks or whatever.
Right.
But we definitely crumbed people's tables. You know, you would crumb, you know, in front of them and stuff.
Right.
Like, I've been in that world a little bit. I've seen how those kitchens are, and I think this is an extreme view of how it is. But it was eons ago for me. But I don't know. I was kind of bored at times. There were some there was a couple curveballs in there. I just thought it was okay.
I was talking to the ticket ripper at AMC. It was funny because I saw Scout's Guide and I was going to see this one. And she was like, how's Scout's Guide? I'm like, oh, it was ridiculous, but I'm going to see Burnt. So, like, you know, we'll see what happens. She was like, everyone that walks out of that movie says they love it. She's like, I've been here all day, and everyone that walks out, we're saying how much they love it. And I was like, I don't understand why it's getting trashed. But so
for me personally, food, I need to eat. I wanted to see a big steak come out or something. You know, like you know, he's like over these plates, and he's like doing like it's like surgery, and these you know, there's like
right there. I can have 14 of those plates and not.
Yeah. Seriously, like I just I don't know. I thought it was okay. I didn't hate it.
I'm giving it a go, by the way.
I'll give it a go if you're into that world. I think some of it's over people's
Or if you
heads.
like Cooper. Cooper did a great job.
Yeah.
It's worth his performance alone. So yeah, we'll give that one a go.
Yeah.
Time to get out of here?
Let's get out of here.
All right, we're coming back next week with a whole bunch of new movies with you. One of them being 007 Spectre.
I almost got to see that. It was pretty good.
I can't wait.
I'll tell you guys about it next week.
Yeah.
But anyways, #GoNoGo. We'll see you next week.
Take care.